Hey, day 40. So today's my day off, so I'm picking up my groceries. I'm making the fudge, and I'm also seeing a really good friend of mine who I haven't seen in years. So I'm super, super nervous about that because she's an important part of my life. And we haven't seen each other in years. But I mean, the fact that I don't know, I shouldn't be this nervous because it's ridiculous, because we've known each other since we were 10. We survived our teenage years together. That should say something. If you can survive your teenage years together, and your 20s, your teens and your 20s, then you should be solid as far as I'm concerned. Because those years, defining years, and I mean, at this point we generally know who we are. So I mean, I shouldn't be this nervous, but I am. Like, it's just, and I mean, some of it has to do with COVID, but some of it's just the years. I mean, I saw one of my friends who I hadn't seen in approximately the same amount of time a few years ago, and I had known her since we were 5. We met in kindergarten, and I was nervous, and that had zero to do with COVID. But it's that feeling where you would almost rather like a date or something, because at least a date, there's no, especially at the beginning, there's no like attachment or whatever, so you can be nervous about it, but you're not emotionally invested. So if something goes wrong, that's life. Especially in your 30s, it's like, yeah, cool. I can't care if if an early date especially goes wrong. Like, cool, bye. But for a friend, it's like, you mean the world to me. Like, I need you in my life. I don't want something to go wrong. But it's something I need to face. It's like with my aunt, kind of similar thing. Like, okay, what's the worst case scenario saying in my heart? And then deal with that. It's like, okay, well, if that happens, at least I know, and at least I can grieve and deal with said then, as opposed to being nervous about what probably won't happen. So, yeah. Anyway. Yeah, that's my day. It's probably good that I'm making fudge. Good or bad that I'm making fudge. We'll see. It'll help burn off any, feelings that I had, and if it doesn't go well, in the highly unlikely but worst case scenario that my anxiety is treating up, there's fudge. Fudge and alcohol, and I'm off, so fudge and alcohol. So there's that. See, positives no matter what. Just gotta focus on that. Just gotta deal with what happens when and if it happens. Easier to say, harder to do. But I mean, this is somewhat my therapy, talking it out like this, because I know what my therapist would say. I know what my mom would have said. So it's not a matter of, what I need to do. It's doing it and trying to, focus on that and not let my anxiety overrun. I have the tools, as my mom would have said, I have the tools. I just need to put them into practice. So I just need to kind of, and my therapist, as he said, there's been times where you've gotten through it and it's worked out. So go through it, see what's on that other side. And then deal with whatever's on that other side once you reach that other side. I mean, it's a simple concept. But for people with anxiety, not so simple in execution. Even if we understand it on an intellectual level, like I do, it doesn't help the feelings. So I guess I just gotta power through. And I mean, of course I've just gotta power through. I'm not gonna not see her, because that's just stupid and just wrecks anything and just kind of puts a wedge between us when there might not even need to be one. So I'm just gonna have to power through and deal with whatever may come when it comes. See you later. We'll see what it's for. We'll see if it's just fudge or if you get a update. If it goes like normal and there's no issues and it's just, great catching up, probably won't get anything. Maybe I'll say, yeah, my friend, it was great. My anxiety is a bitch. Making me worry for more than nothing is probably the most likely outcome. But, yeah, I will see you later to either further discuss this or fudge. Definitely making fudge. And making caramel too. I don't know if I'm going to film making the caramel because it's pretty similar to the condensed milk. Same kind of concept. We gotta just have to watch sugar caramelize. Is essentially all. It's all. So we'll see. I might add whipping cream to it because some recipes call for whipping cream. We'll see. We'll see what I'll do. We'll see if I film it. I might not. I might just be like, this is what I did. You can buy caramel, of course, if you want. Just like you can buy condensed milk. But yeah, it's kind of fun to make homemade things. Okay. See you later. Gotta finish my exercising up.
Okay, so nothing super exciting happening yet. I'm just here caramelizing the sugar. Melting the sugar, then caramelizing it. So, yeah. Keep a whisk. Keep a very, very close eye on it.
Okay, so I didn't finish the fudge because a couple of reasons. A, it was later than I thought that I was going to meet up with my friend. And B, it was also longer, which the longer part shouldn't have surprised me. I haven't seen her in 4 years. So I should not have been surprised about that. But the distance it took to visit her, to see her, was longer than I expected. So I think that was also a combination. I figured maybe downtown or, 5-10 minutes away. No, it was almost an hour away. So that also, didn't help. But I did finish one layer of the fudge. So you'll see what I mean by one layer tomorrow, because I plan on doing it. I don't work till later in the afternoon tomorrow. So I plan on doing it. I should be able to finish it tomorrow before work. I've got a plan. Hopefully I got it. We'll follow through on it. Luckily the church, it doesn't sound like I have to do anything or much for the church video this week. So that's good. Partially I'm like, they're phasing me out. What? But at the same time I was like, yes, okay, I don't have to stress so much. So I'm torn. I really liked helping and being like, that's my work. But at the same time, it's like, oh, good gosh, thank you, gosh. No, not so much work. I already have a job. Thank you very much. So I'm torn on that. But anyway, that's the reality of that. So I did do one layer of the fudge to test, to kind of see, because there's so many different types of fudge recipes out there. And I wanted to make a specific type of fudge that I guess I could have looked for a recipe for, but I didn't. So I kind of used what I found, and kind of combined a bunch of things. So I wanted to see if the first layer would work and would actually be fudge, before I, videoed it and did the second layer. So, or I guess the top layer, whatever. You'll see what I'm talking about when I do it tomorrow. But so that's kind of why, that's the other reason why I didn't film that first part, and why I kind of did it the way I did it, because I kind of, I combined, there's recipes. The one that I've done in the past and followed exactly was marshmallow fluff, and I didn't want to use marshmallow fluff. It's a weird ingredient in my opinion. And I wanted to kind of keep it as, as natural as possible, I guess is the best word for it. There's some stuff in marshmallow fluff that, so I want to kind of, and some of the recipes that didn't include marshmallow fluff kind of, some included butter, some didn't. So there was a lot of different ways to do it. So I wanted to see kind of how I did it. It worked, kind of combining different recipes. So it did. It does taste like fudge. So that's good. So you'll see that tomorrow. I'm excited. To show you. So yeah, and it just goes to prove, it's one of those things that and kind of where when I created my cookie recipe as well, you kind of, as long as you understand kind of the basic thing, and pretty much the basic thing with fudge seems to be condensed milk. And so condensed milk or evaporated milk and sugar, depending on which, but some sort of sweet thing, and like chocolate or caramel chips or some flavoring for that. And then some sort of like, the ones that use butter didn't use marshmallow fluff. The ones that use marshmallow fluff didn't need butter, so some sort of something like that. Some sort of fat, I guess, is the best way to put it. Seems to be, as long as you follow those basic things, kind of like when I made my mint chocolate chip tiramisu for Candy Morningstar, following those basic things. That's it. I guess that would kind of be my tip. Maybe I'll put that in the writing. Get that understanding, and then experiment from there, because that to me is part of the fun of cooking. So have a good night, everybody, and I will see you tomorrow for the fudge.